Welcome back to the channel. This is Crazy Table Gaming. My name is Alex, and I'm here today to show you my Floowandereeze deck profile. I was going to do this when the deck came out, but I wanted to wait for Advent of Adventure because it kind of changes things up a little bit. Before we get into that, you may have noticed, based on my previous videos, if you watched before, this is not normally how I do deck profiles. Normally I have the cards in front of me, got a camera face down, talking about it, whatever. We've changed the setup a little bit. We have a camera for streaming, a mic for streaming. We've got the lights. We got the bookshelf with all the nerd stuff in the background. Um, we're streaming on Twitch now. Crazy Table Gaming. We play League of Legends. I've been playing a lot of Elden Ring, Tiny Tina's, Yu-Gi-Oh, obviously. So come check it out if you like this video. If this video helps you, maybe give the Twitch and the YouTube a follow and a thumbs up. Would really appreciate that to help us out. But let's just get into this deck profile. First card we're playing is 3 Eglin. It is the second most important card in the deck for starting your turn. Gets you your big boys, all of your tribute summon monsters. All of them have the effect. All the little birds have the effect that if they leave the field, they're banished. And when you normal summon a monster, you can add this banished card from banishment back to your hand. So you can kind of chain block your effects to avoid being ash blossomed. Eglin is not great for opening unless you have map or Advent of Adventure, but he's still one of the more important ones. So we're playing him at 3. And then we're playing 3 Rabina. Rabina gets you any of the other little guys. So if you open Rabina and nothing else, you can at least search for the Eglin. And it also searches for Barrier Statue of Stormwinds. So next we play 1 Street and 1 Token. These two you don't really want to open in your opening hand. You'd rather search them later in the game. Street's really good for banishing cards from the graveyard, and it banishes either your graveyard or your opponent's graveyard. So you can get cards out of the graveyard for Dimension Shifter to be used after your first turn. You can get it out for your opponent's Elden Lord. It's just an all-around good utility card. Next we play Token. Like I said, Token is a recurring card. It gets back one of your banished cards, banished Floowandereeze cards, so you can add back a map, a Advent of Adventure, your Breeze, your Trap card. Like it'll add those back, and your M-Pen, because M-Pen doesn't get added back from his own effect on banishment. Then we play 2 M-Pen. M-Pen is your main boss monster. He turns off the effects of special summon monsters in attack position. He halves their attack and defense during battle. And he also lets you normal summon immediately after his summon. And he searches a spell or trap that has Flunder in the name. He is a great card for this deck. He's one of my favorites. Next for the big boys, we play 1 Apex Avian. Omni Negate Bounce. It's just a really good utility card. Same with Mega Monarch is a... when you use him, you are always going to get his second effect for his tribute summon because you're always tribute summoning wind cards. So you get to bounce an additional card from the field on top of the 1 card on the field and 1 card in either player's graveyard. So you can recur some stuff in your graveyard. You can get rid of an annoying card in your opponent's graveyard you don't want to deal with, and you can bounce him back and another card on the field back to the hand. He's great. I might bump him up to 2. We'll see how the format shapes out, but right now I'm liking 1 and 1. And then next, play the 1 Barrier Statue of Stormwinds. It's a turn skip for a lot of decks. Sometimes it's just a scoop them up, go next. Like Barrier Statue of Stormwinds is one of the best cards for this deck. The other best non-Flunder card in this deck, Dimension Shifter. That is an actual turn skip. Most decks don't like all their cards going to banishment instead of graveyard. They don't have a way to get them back like we do. So we play 3 of these. We max this out. This card is the best hand trap in the game. Anyone who says otherwise is lying to you. This card's amazing. Next we play 1 DD Crow because it's searchable if we need it. Again, cards you don't want to see in your opponent's graveyard. Kind of the same as 3. 2 Ash Blossom Joyous Spring. I would play 3, but I needed to cut space somewhere. And this seemed like the most reasonable one to me, and it's been working out fine. I like 2. I've had no problems playing 2 Ash Blossom. And like I said, you can just get cards back, so it's no big deal. Next, we play 3 Book of Moon. It's really good for dodging Effect Veiler, Impermanence, cards that would target your monsters when they get summoned. You just Book of Moon, chain it. Can't. Sucks to suck. It's not face up anymore. So any cards that target a face up monster on the field, Book of Moon, you still get your effects off when you normal summon. Next, we play 3 Floowandereeze in the Magnificent Map. Lets you banish a monster in your hand that has Floowandereeze in the name. It has to be level 1 though, so one of your small birds, you banish it, search out, and normal summon one from the deck. So if you open up a Stree, Token, or Eglin, no Rabina, but you have a map in hand, smooth sailing, brother. You're good. You just search out the Rabina, and now you just play as normal, and you have the added bonus of having one of your other monsters banished to chain block. So map is a 3 of. Unexplored Winds is one of the best cards in this deck because you can tribute an opponent's card, not an opponent's monster, an opponent's card to tribute summon a wind monster. To put in perspective how absolutely disgusting that is, if your opponent has Mystic Mine on the field, tribute the Mystic Mine, proceed as normal. It's absolutely great, and that's not a once per turn. You can just conduct tribute summons by tributing. The once per turn effect on it is during your main phase, you reveal 2 winged beast monsters from your hand, place them on the bottom of the deck, and you draw cards equal to that number you put down. That effect isn't as important. Sometimes it comes up, but the first effect is fantastic. And then we have Floowandereeze and the Advent of Adventure, the new card for this deck. Banish 1 winged beast monster from your hand or face up on the field. Add a Floowandereeze monster or Floowandereeze field spell from your deck to your hand. Then game 500. This is such a good card for searching out what you need. It's just a playmaker. This is what the deck's really been missing, and now that we have it, it's amazing. So we play 3 of that. I'm still playing 1 Gold Sark because I love it still. Just banishing any card from the deck can help extend your plays by so much and help protect your plays by chain blocking. It's a fantastic card. I wish it was at more than 1. I'm still playing 1 though. And then we play 3 Pot of Duality. We don't special summon. We don't give a shit about the only normal summoning. We're just going to still play it. And then next we play 3 Pot of Prosperity. You could play Pot of Extravagance. Because Pot of Prosperity is a little pricey. Pot of Extravagance will still get the job done, but we don't care about the extra deck at all. We are not going to special summon from it often, if ever. So banishing 6 to dig 6 deep isn't that big of a deal for us. We can't special summon when we normal summon our birds anyway, so Prosperity all the way. And then we play 1 Floowandereeze in the Dreaming Town. This lets us normal summon on our opponent's turn. Map also does when they normal summon, but this is a trap. During the main phase, you activate that card, normal summon 1 level 4 or lower winged beast monster. And then if we tribute a level 7 or higher, tribute summon a level 7 or higher monster, you can banish that card from the graveyard, and it's just a Book of Moon for all the monsters on your opponent's side of the field. So we play this. It's recurable. Otherwise, I'd play more, but we can use Token to just get it back from banishment. Then we play 3 Imperm, because you're not always going to go first. Same reason we're playing Ash. The Imperm's just a good utility card. You could play other hand traps here, but I'm really liking the Imperm right now. And then these are kind of dependent on your locals and where you're playing for your side deck. I'm liking Evenly Matched in this deck right now because a lot of the time you're only going to have maybe 4 cards on the field. And if you're going second, you can just evenly match, play your hand out. You've left them with only 1 card on the field, and you're ending on a M-Pen and a Storm Winds, plus your trap, maybe map. So I really like this card when I'm going second. I also like Judgment going second because there's some cards I don't want to see. Mainly being other stall decks and other, or not other stall decks, but other control decks. So I like having the Judgment to just monster be summoned or spell or trap activated. Nah, just say no. Plus we gain 500 life back now, so it's not as steep of an investment to pay half your life points anymore. And then one Call by the Grave. I want this in the main deck. I just can't find space. If I would take something out, it would maybe be Gold Sark, but Gold Sark's just so good for extending your plays. So I put that on the side for real hand trap heavy decks. But we can dodge most of them with the Book of Moon, Chain Blocking, and Advent of Adventure. Then for going second, I also play Dark Ruler No More. I still think this card's fantastic. I play it all the time in almost every deck I play. And then I play one Red Reboot because I don't like trap decks. Two Cosmic Cyclone because I don't like trap decks. And then these last two are kind of a flex spot. I flip back and forth. I'm playing Stree in it sometimes. I'm playing Dimension Fissure and Macrocosmos, or I'm playing Harpy's Feather Duster and a third Cosmic Cyclone. It just really depends on the week where I'm playing locals. And then your extra deck, a 15 pile. I'm going to be honest, 15 pile, you're never going into it. You might go into it 1 out of every 40 games. I've only gone into it, I think, twice since I've owned the deck when the deck came out. That doesn't matter. Just does not matter. But yeah, so here's my deck profile. This is what I've been playing with. This is what I'm liking a lot. I've been having pretty good success at locals and online with it. I think this deck's a real sleeper. Some people keep pushing it off because it doesn't use the extra deck or they don't think it's consistent. I love it. I think this deck's great. I think it can compete at a competitive level. I'm excited to take this to a regional if one comes to Ohio soon. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks for checking in. Leave a like, follow, check out the stream. We're streaming normally 6 to 6:30 p.m. I start on the weekdays and I end around 11:30 midnight Eastern. And then weekends is kind of sporadic because I have, locals. I play D&D. Me and my buddies go play Airsoft on Sundays. So whenever I have a free weekend, I'm probably streaming. Come check it out. But thanks for watching. Peace.